Could a trade for Trey Hendrickson be a game-changer for the Indianapolis Colts? Let's delve into the intriguing prospects surrounding this potential move that has garnered attention across the NFL sphere. Reports from Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz have revealed that the Colts are actively considering a trade for Cincinnati Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. Colts insider Nate Atkins presents a comprehensive analysis of the advantages and disadvantages of acquiring Hendrickson. Given the Colts' reluctance to part with a first-round pick, the question arises, what could a feasible trade package look like? Update. Initially published on March 7th, this story has been revised with fresh insights regarding the connection between the Colts and Hendrickson, highlighting him as a notable trade candidate. As the best player ever coached by Lou Anarumo during his tenure as a defensive coordinator, Hendrickson is now on the trade market. The Bengals have reportedly given him the green light to seek trade opportunities. While the Colts seem like a logical destination, they aren't the only team in pursuit. In a recent report by Schultz, he indicated that Indianapolis is one of 3 franchises expressing interest in Hendrickson, alongside the Cleveland Browns and Carolina Panthers. Players of his caliber, first-team All-Pros at coveted positions, rarely become available, thus making Hendrickson a highly sought-after asset. With the recent reset of the non-cornerback market initiated by stars like Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt, Hendrickson emerges as a prime candidate theoretically available for trade. Given the connection with Anarumo, who was Hendrickson's defensive coordinator when they reached the Super Bowl together in 2021, Hendrickson fits perfectly within the Colts' strategic vision. Chapter Pros of Trading for Trey Hendrickson. General Manager Chris Ballard has expressed regret about not adding more outside talent over the past 2 seasons. He has missed out on some high-profile players, including 5-time Pro Bowl edge rusher Danielle Hunter during last year's free agency. If he aims to shift his approach by making a significant trade, landing Hendrickson could be the breakthrough he seeks. Hendrickson stands out on the Colts' radar as one of the best players they could target. At age 30, he has already achieved 4 seasons with double-digit sacks, including a league-leading 17.5 sacks last year. Since becoming a full-time player with the Saints in 2019, his career average has been an impressive 14 sacks per season. Moreover, he has remained healthy, playing 73% of the Bengals' defensive snaps last season. Statistically, Hendrickson's performance is staggering. He ranked 2nd in ESPN's pass rush win rate metric last season, sitting right between elite players like Hunter and Micah Parsons. Additionally, he recorded an astounding 85 pressures, leading all edge rushers, 13 more than his closest competitor. The Colts would certainly know how to integrate him effectively into their roster. Anarumo's prior experience with him is invaluable, particularly after the exceptional season Hendrickson had, despite the broader struggles of the Bengals' defense. While Anarumo needs a more comprehensive lineup for success, securing a player of Hendrickson's caliber would definitely enhance their defensive arsenal. Currently, the Colts lack a premier edge rusher. Players like Kenny Moore II and DeForest Buckner have faced challenges, as opponents utilize strategies to limit their impacts. Imagining Hendrickson alongside Buckner creates a formidable duo capable of wreaking havoc against opposing quarterbacks. Although the Colts have work ahead, bringing in a top-tier player like Hendrickson could inspire further drafting and free agency maneuvers, allowing them to strengthen their defense without relying primarily on rookies as they have in previous strategies. With 1 year left in his contract at about $16 million for the trading team, discussions around a contract extension would be inevitable. Fortunately, the Colts have room to offer a new deal thanks to their quarterback being on a rookie contract, a situation very different from the one facing the Bengals. One intriguing prospect for trade could be younger defensive end Kwity Paye, who despite currently navigating a groin injury, presents an attractive option for the Bengals, aiming to remain competitive with star players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, while coping with the potential loss of their starting defensive ends, including Hendrickson. A proposed trade involving Paye and a 2025 second-round draft pick might be appealing enough to spark discussions. If Paye doesn't excite the Bengals sufficiently, Could they consider Laiatu Latu for a potential deal, envisioning Hendrickson as the ultimate realization of what they need for that edge position? Should the Colts trade Paye and cut Samson Ebukam, whose contributions might decline and who is likewise dealing with a back injury, they would actually save $4 million for 2025 by switching to Hendrickson. This move may allow them to view Hendrickson as a premium upgrade over the deal Dio Odingbo secured during free agency. Hendrickson embodies essential traits that the Colts desperately require: trust and familiarity with Anarumo's system, elite performance at a critical position, and substantial playoff experience. With their ongoing quest for credible leaders among their defensive ranks, this investment could pay substantial dividends. Additionally, given the off-season emphasis on bolstering the secondary, the Colts have recently encountered setbacks due to injuries. Top draft pick Justin Wally was expected to start at outside cornerback until an unfortunate ACL tear. Other promising corners have also battled injuries. While the team enjoys the advantage of healthy new acquisitions like Charvarius Ward and Cameron Bynum, they still lack depth. Thus, enhancing their pass rush might be a more pragmatic way to develop a robust defense, compensating for gaps in their linebacker unit. Cons of the Colts trading for Trey Hendrickson. On the flip side, it's essential to recognize that edge rusher isn't the most pressing area in the Colts roster needing attention and investment. It could even be argued that they may have allocated too many resources to this position, leaving their secondary rather exposed and vulnerable. An off-season aimed at better balancing resources for the defense, especially the back end that Anarumo's scheme prioritizes, could render this acquisition somewhat extreme. Such bold moves are typically reserved for teams like the Bills, Eagles, or Rams, franchises confident about their quarterback situation and seriously aiming for playoff runs. Sadly, that isn't the exact narrative in Indianapolis, where they enter a pivotal third season with Anthony Richardson surrounded by uncertainty as the starting quarterback. While Hendrickson is undoubtedly a tremendous talent, the lack of a robust passing game ultimately means his impact could only go so far. Spotrac.com estimates Hendrickson's market value at around $29.5 million per season based on a 2-year deal. However, with Garrett's recent market-shattering contract at $40 million annually, Hendrickson will likely seek a deal closer to $35 million, similar to what Max Crosby secured with the Raiders. Moreover, the Colts just used their first-round pick on Latu and have Paye on a 5th-year option, making the edge rusher position less of an immediate need. While the Colts currently benefit from a rookie quarterback deal, this financial freedom may change significantly if their quarterback situation shifts in the coming months, making a potential $35 million annual salary increasingly difficult to manage. It also raises a critical question. Can a defensive strategy rooted in a back-to-front approach truly reach its peak efficiency with another edge rusher while the secondary is still facing such pronounced injury issues? The Colts have wrestled with a lack of pressure in the past due to coverage weaknesses. Would the scenario improve significantly if a rookie or waiver signing were forced into a starting cornerback position? #likelihood of the Colts trading for Trey Hendrickson. The Colts' previous hiring of a defensive coordinator saw Ballard make a trade for a trusted edge rusher, bringing in Pro Bowler Yannick Ngakoue from the Raiders in 2022. While this current scenario differs as Hendrickson enjoys far superior status and fits, it does reflect the general manager's tendency to prioritize bolstering the trenches. Exactly what the Bengals desire in a deal remains somewhat uncertain. However, they appear eager to manage their salary cap while still maintaining competitiveness, meaning they will likely set a high asking price. Moreover, with the potential need to draft a quarterback in next year's first round, the Colts are probably not positioned at the forefront of the bidding war. Offering Paye as part of the trade could indeed provide an attractive feature selection for the Bengals. They could either negotiate a more manageable extension for Paye than the hefty one Hendrickson will command, or simply let Paye depart, reclaiming a compensatory draft pick to optimize their cap situation further. Although Hendrickson's impending extension might allow him to have a say in where he lands, his age, turning 31 in December, will play a role if his priority is ring chasing. Teams with established quarterbacks and outstanding prospects for Super Bowl contention will be much more appealing than a Colts squad grappling with uncertainty. The Colts rarely find themselves at the forefront of bidding wars and have historically struggled to meet the financial demands of elite free agents. Therefore, implementing a deal for a player like Hendrickson would require a significant shift in their approach. This potential trade represents an ambitious maneuver that they have seldom undertaken under Ballard's management, with past transactions, like the deal for Buckner, occurring with little public insight or competition. Thus, while they may not be the frontrunners in securing Hendrickson, the unique circumstances creating a drive for change could make this scenario far more feasible than many presume. Final thoughts. This article has been updated to incorporate recent developments, leaving fans speculating on how this thrilling storyline might unfold.